Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the 10th ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Sooners will put total leather and we'll get started. He'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11.
In 10.
Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. To the ground with the back. Runs through a tackle. Open space at the 25. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
And this guy is elite. There's a reason why he starts in this offense. You just saw the speed and the open field running ability on that last play, and this is a guy that is going to be key to the entire season for this offense.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. From the gun, the running back has it. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
After not getting a thing done on 1st down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. Looking to throw, it's Arnold. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Pulls it in on the right.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, and now the defense is really on its heels. And the Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best two conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David, you're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
Oh, what a grab by the defense.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players, certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
That is the last thing you want on first down as an offensive sack. Now it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Collins. Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. More than enough time in the pocket, and he fires left. What a snag by the defense.
Well, I give the defense a lot of credit because they weren't able to get a lot of pressure on the quarterback, but the back end of the defense did an outstanding job staying with their receivers. They knew tonight they were going to have to be able to run stride for stride with some of these targets, and they did on that play, getting the pick.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Looking to throw, it's Arnold. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
And the incompletion brings up a second down. They'll run it from the gun. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Complete on 3rd down. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The Sooners are flying down the field.
That's the end of the first quarter. And after one, we're scoreless.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Give to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stint of the defensive line. They're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
Dropping back, it's Arnold. Working that left side now. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He's got it. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the game.
Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they score first. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Ohio State looked dominant in a victory that was never really in question. That offense had 0 problem putting up points. Not unlike the days of Stroud and Fields and so many greats before them. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The give to the tailback. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Right back to the well. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. LSU right back to the line. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
The defense blows up the ISO play by getting penetration right up the middle, and that forces the negative play.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. The raindrops kept falling on his head, and he muffed it. So the offense accepts the 15-yard penalty after that special teams miscue. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Now they'll run it on the toss. At the 40, there he goes. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
They get a huge gain on that toss play, and this running back, when he's got the ball in space, watch out. You see when he's out in the perimeter of the field, he's able to pick his spots. He can make people miss. He's got a bevy of moves. Way to generate the explosive play.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Run in the red zone. It's Alcha. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a 1st down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. Not sexy.
Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown Sooner.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their 1st game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
LSU 0.
Bringing it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you.
It's complete. A huge pickup. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down. Well, LSU receivers are known for their swagger. That is swagger well earned after that one.
You go outside and you make plays. Like, listen, you have swag, you have confidence, and you usually get a little bit loud. You be like, listen, feed me the rock. So many great LSU receivers in the past, and it's because of that swag.
Couldn't get anything done on 1st down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 46. Looking for a man. It's Collins. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Quarterback will audible. To the air on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
After the missed connection, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. Really good pickup on second down there. Leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. He'll try to get it through the air. Looking for the end zone. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. Got some room to run. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. And they've been up and down the field, David, so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
Dropping back, it's Arnold. Pressure coming. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
And the coverage team will get to it, and they'll down it just inside the 30. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here. We're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into half.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
You know, if you're going to complete these dagger throws, you've got to have great anticipation as a quarterback. You almost got to throw it before the receiver comes out of the break. You need better timing on that play.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Collins. Throws to the wideout. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Let's see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 48. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Slings it downfield. Complete downfield. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Got his man quickly. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
They'll give it to the back. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Thompson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They keep it on the ground to open the third. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Looking downfield, it's Arnold. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
Looking left. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. And the Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. Grabbed behind the line, it's Anderson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Defenses throughout the week study every third down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
The Sooners are on the move. The option look. Now the toss. Oh, what a move. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend.
And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3's coming soon.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Iowa State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there in Ames behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by 10 to Stanford. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Quarterback checking off. To the air, it's Collins. Looking deep. Reels it in down the left side. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Pulls it in inside the 10. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. It's a fake, and the kicker's going to throw it. And they got him. He makes his way into the end zone for the 2, and now they trail by just 13. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. I know they've put up really good numbers on offense, but, David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly. That scoreboard's starting to get a little bit tired cutting into that lead. Now, you know every possession matters, Palmer. A little pressure for this offense.
Yeah, and so you can't get tight, right? The best players on this offense now need to step up, and they need to start making plays. You got to identify where those one-on-ones are.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And stampeding through the defense. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. The Sooners will have it 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Skips away from pressure. He'll pull it down and run. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
They go to the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And a great job by the linebacker. You can tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Oh, picked off. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his second pick thrown in this game.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there.
This quarterback has thrown a lot of picks. I don't know if he's just not seeing the field right or he's just trying to force too many throws. That should have been number 4 right there, but the defender dropped it.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Oh, they're trying to trick him. It's a fake. And he grabs it. Got to get to the marker. Final play of the quarter coming. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's McIntyre. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Oklahoma 21, LSU 8.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Wide receiver shows motion. With the run on first and goal. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. When they put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Caught over the middle. It's Mitchell. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing. You're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical third down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Fourth down coming right on the doorstep. Any thought to kicking this one?
No thought whatsoever. Absolutely none. We got to go for this.
Wait, yes or no?
No, absolutely not. Yes, there's no thought to it.
Into the end zone. Touchdown Sooner.
Oklahoma, number 8 with the carry.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try. Back to throw, it's Arnold. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That keeps the score. Oklahoma 27, LSU 8.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Wide out in motion. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
For the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They'll start this drive with a pass. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Now on second down. Looking to pass. It's Arnold. Feeling some heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And when you get this far behind the chains and it's a guaranteed passing situation, defensive linemen go to work. That's what we do. We want to get sacks. We want to rush the quarterback, especially in known situations like this. That's why the quarterback tasted that dirt.
Right down the middle. Got his man downfield. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now how will he lost it high and deep down the left side. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play. And, Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
Deep shot for the end zone. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Snap it to the back. Oh, he just flat ran over it. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
The coaches told us in pregame that they love this back's mixture of speed and power. Listen, he's not the power back all the time, but he's moving so fast that it's hard to get him to the ground.
Back to pass, it's Arnold. He looks that one in nicely. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. Looking for more room. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Iowa State is in serious trouble right now. I hope that coach is renting and not buying there in Ames, because that could be a bad investment. They're trailing by 17 to Stanford. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
The back goes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. A 3rd and long coming up here. Thompson to throw. Lets it fly. And he can't complete the first pass. Let's see if he can get settled.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. They're snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll run play action. He's taking a deep shot. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
I'll tell you, this offense just can't afford too many more incompletions because time's running out in the game. They need big plays in the passing attack, vertically down the field, and they've got to score some touchdowns.
Here's a throw downfield late. And they almost had another one. Rare is the occasion when you're happy to see 4th down, but it's better than throwing another pick.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He will not pick up the first down, the desperation play, and that one might have sealed their fate. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking for a gap. It's Chuck. On the move at the 30. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Man, that is so tough. When you play defense, you get your eyes on your keys and you got to read them, but sometimes they lie to you. You could see the little misdirection by this offense, fooled the defense, created some space. The offense took advantage and made a huge play.
Going to the running game. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.